wasn't too convoluted, but I have 5 customers, and one family is paying for all those customers. Now, that is a lot of money, and it has been such a generous thing for them to do over the years. They've done so much more than just pay for these people's houses to be cleaned. When my cousin used to work for them, they actually helped her out with some emergency dental work that she needed done. They're just such wonderful people. They have since retired from the business that they were involved in with all of these other families, and that was about 2 years ago, I think. And around Christmas 2023, they told me that they were going to be moving out of state, and they were going to be winding down the payments for all of these families. And for me to let them know that this was going to be happening, and if they wanted to continue with my services, that they would have to hire me and pay me on their own. I will admit that I was terrified when I first found this out. I was so scared that I was going to lose all of these clients, and 3 of them I have been cleaning for 16 years. I mean, I've seen their kids grow up and have their own kids. There are people that have just been in my life for so long, and the idea that I might not be able to see them or clean for them anymore was devastating. Not to mention the financial aspect. Thinking of losing 5 clients, that's a significant portion of my income, and I was kind of losing my mind about it for a while. Anyway, that wasn't something that was going to be happening right away. I was told they're going to be moving in summer, and that would be, when the transition happened. So I've had time to speak to my customers and let them know what's going on. And I'm going to be keeping everybody. I'm sorry. It makes me kind of emotional because I knew all these people liked me because they tell me, but house cleaning is such a luxury service, and I know it's not something that everybody can afford. And just the fact that these families like my services enough that they want to hire me and keep me just really means so much to me. Anyway, I'm not gonna get too emotional, but that was such an affirming thing for me to know. Yes, I'm good at my job. Yes, I'm successful at what I do. Obviously, I've been doing it for 16 years, but anyway, I am going to be doing some of the houses less frequently. I'm going to be going from doing them bi-weekly to monthly, so I'm going to have a little bit of a lighter schedule come summertime. So I kind of have an option here on when I do have some clients going from bi-weekly to monthly, if I want to take on some new clients, or kind of have that more open schedule. If I decide not to take on the new clients, I'm going to have a lot more time available to put into my channel, and that is something that I'm really wanting to do. I am very passionate about this, and I really want to do 2 videos a week, and I would really have to push myself with the amount of work I have right now to get 2 videos a week out. But I think if I have a little bit less work, I think I could definitely manage 2 videos. So that's kind of something that I'm going back and forth on in my mind. Do I want to take on some new clients and have less time, or do I want to, kind of just stay where I'm going to be at come summer and have a little extra time to work on my channel? It's kind of like my big dilemma right now. So I don't know. I think it's going to be one of those things where I just have to decide when the Have they made their mistakes? Yes, but the way that both of them feel is completely valid. Honestly, I kind of feel like if I were to continue to recap the episodes, I would just want to come on here and scream based on the way this season is trending. I do really want to continue the recaps, so I don't know. I'm just gonna say right now, if I do continue the recaps and you are not an Ariana or Katie fan, you are not gonna like my recaps. I guarantee it. So I'm sorry if you are on the team of Lala, Sheena, and the Toms, but could not be me. One of my absolute favorite podcasts is Everyone's Business But Mine by Cara Berry. I love Cara so much. She's hilarious and she has like amazing takes on everything. She does a lot of Bravo recaps, Vanderpump Summer House. She does a lot of Real Housewives recaps. She also does Sister Wives recaps and Seeking Sister Wives recaps. I have been listening to her since before the Everyone's Business But Mine days. If you know, you know. And she's just so lovely. I think she has super accurate takes on everything happening in Vanderpump right now. The most recent episode of hers, she was talking about how like this isn't even fun to recap anymore because it's so frustrating to watch. And I completely agree. Keep in mind that what we're seeing on the show is only 5 or 6 months after Scandival happened, and everyone's just expecting Ariana to like drop it, and it's sickening. Like, I also really need Lala to like take a seat, take several seats maybe. She is out there saying the absolute most to anyone who will listen, and I just need her to like severely pipe down. She's just been spending the whole season talking about how she wants to be softer and she doesn't want to wear this anger anymore, and that's all she's doing. She's going real hard and she's just real angry, it seems. I don't know what all that talk was about how she wants to be a nicer person, a softer person. She doesn't want to be angry anymore because that seems to be all that she's doing lately. I just think about the fact that we could have had a real girl power season here. We could have had a real hot girl summer season here, if you will. But instead, we're getting everyone turning against Ariana and Katie and making themselves look like complete fools, in my opinion. You may have a different opinion, but I really hope you don't, because I'd like to think that I've cultivated an audience of like-minded people when it comes to Vanderpump Rules. And also, wait, don't even get me started on Sheena. I can't even. I will read like the recaps of her podcast and have to stop because I'm Sheena girl, please. Also, what is up with Allie making a music video about girls and putting Sheena in it? Excuse me. Sheena is the least girls girl of all of the girls. What in the world? I am so sorry. I do not mean to be like shitting on these women, but I cannot stand Lala or Sheena this season. We could have really What I'm really hoping happens, though, is that Ariana goes off at everybody and then quits, and then Katie quits too. I want both of them to quit. I think that they are both way beyond Vanderpump Rules, and then anybody else who still wants to be on TV can walk on down to the valley and be on that hellscape of a show. I only tried to watch like one episode, and honest to God, I could not do it. I do not need to see Jax Taylor on my television screen anymore. He is frightening. I am so sorry, but I am not interested in seeing these people being adults, question mark. I don't know. I don't need any of them on my screen anymore. And I truly do not care about whoever any of those other people are. If anything super interesting happens on the Valley, I will hear about it on Cara Berry's podcast when she does her little dip into the Valley. Everybody go listen to Cara Berry. She is so wonderful. Everyone's business but mine. If you like reality TV, you have to watch it. I think that was all of the ranting I wanted to do on Vanderpump. I would really like to continue with my recaps on it and get caught up. And I did post a poll on my community page about if I should post the recaps on a second channel or keep them on my main channel. It was pretty 50-50, skewing towards posting on a new channel. So if I do that, I will definitely keep you all informed and post about it here. If that is something that you are interested in watching, I do lean towards posting on a new channel also, because the Vanderpump recaps are my least popular videos, and I don't really, oh my dog, oh he's mad, and I don't really want to post a bunch of videos that my subscribers obviously don't like on this channel. I know some of you do like them, and I really appreciate that. You are my people. But I may just make a second channel to strictly post my recaps on. There are some other shows I'm watching that I would really love to recap too. I don't know if anybody is watching Seeking Sister Wives, but oh my gosh, it is insane. I have watched it since season 1, and it started insane, and it is still insane. The couples on this show this season are so good for TV. Like, oh my gosh. If you are not familiar with the show, it basically follows several families every season who are looking to add a sister wife to their family. The Merrifields are perhaps the most fascinating couple that's been on the show since season 1. They have had some of the cringiest reality TV show moments I have ever seen. The end of season 4, like their final scene, was just insane. If you saw what happened, you know what I'm talking about. Like, what about the princes? Sorry, I would really love to talk about that show. The newest episode ended with like a potential stalking, which was so insane. I could not believe what we were actually watching, and I feel so bad for the woman only